definitely stuck this in. Ready? And then, yeah, and so we did that, which was fun. Joe and I each got outside and shot away. And he was in that room, so that was good.
Batteries.
Just as a
good to go?
backup, brand new batteries in there.
And
Just
it's
press
set
it until it
properly.
turns green and you're good to go.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you, bud. Probably grab a seat and do one.
Whoever's in the back of the crews as well. So tell him they're caught up. Once you're caught up, go a little early, Joe. That's not a problem, is it?
Michael, you ready? How we doing, Nick? Not yet. We're a little early, but that's all right. All right, we're good.
It's 5:55.
Here we go. We're good to go.
Will the color guard please proceed to the center of the field?
Pomp and circumstance right away, folks.
Please be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave Telgater, and I'm the interim principal of the high school. I would like to welcome you, the parents, grandparents, relatives, friends, dignitaries, members of our community, our Menacing Valley Board of Education, Central Office Administration, and our school faculty and staff. And welcome to everyone watching us on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us for this special occasion. To start our celebration this evening, I would like you all to join me in welcoming our honored guests, the senior class of 2022. At this time, would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Joining me on the platform this evening are the Board of Education President, Mr. Joseph Flaherty, Board of Education Vice President, William Cooper, and our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian Monahan. This evening, there will be several people addressing the senior class. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brian Monahan.
Thank you. Mr. Tailgater, we have one other special guest here to celebrate tonight with the class of 2022. Would you please introduce our special guest?
Joining us this evening for our ceremony tonight to see the graduation of the class of 2022 is my friend and our principal, Mr. Kenneth Houck.
It's going to be a little hard to follow that. Good evening, Menacing Valley. Welcome to the class of 2022 graduation ceremony. we have a beautiful evening to honor our simply outstanding class of 2022. To all our guests, please give these students the applause they deserve. Class of 2022, take a look and listen at the love these caring people are giving you. You have earned it. Thank you to everyone for being here to honor our graduates. Some of you traveled great distances. Some of you are watching this via our live Facebook feed from all parts of the nation and perhaps worldwide. We are happy you are here with us. Tonight, we gather to acknowledge the hard work, lessons learned, not just the academic lessons, discovered and growing talents, joys shared, successes achieved, and challenges conquered. And oh yes, there's that all-important diploma which will be presented tonight at roll call. Conquered challenges. What an understatement, right? Over 2 years ago, during your sophomore year, the world essentially shut down due to COVID-19. It's another understatement to say going to school in a COVID-19 environment was tough. All of us were struggling with how to make this work, how to reimagine a school year, then another year. But we did, even if we crawled to the finish line of your sophomore and junior years. All of this COVID-19 craziness continued into the start of your senior year. Another understatement, we were beyond tired of COVID-19 restrictions. I know I was. I think I know how much all of you were too. Many of you shared your frustrations with me. What a great day it was this past March when those of us who wanted to could stop wearing masks. Clearly, there's a word we have all overused in these last 2.5 years, resiliency. It's really true. Please don't underestimate the importance of what I'm saying. We all have to understand and embrace, even grudgingly at times, this concept of being resilient. It isn't easy. We've asked you to do what many of us adults find difficult, to be resilient in the most unexpected of times. Sometimes with a little advance notice, oftentimes when regulations change day after day after day. This concept of resiliency, which is often coupled with another overused word, perseverance. Well, people like me speak of this time and time again because of the importance of it in life. Think of these words as two critically important hacks in life. Your ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions and to do something successfully despite difficulty. That ability will allow you to be successful in life. I truly believe going to school during a pandemic has been your proving ground for understanding and executing these two important life concepts. Your teachers and administrators didn't plan for it to be that way. But it's clear this class has been beyond outstanding in being able to cope, reimagine, overcome, and most importantly, succeed. We must applaud you for that. Here is something else I want to remind you of. This crazy, ever-changing pandemic environment we've all been dealing with, it's only a microscopic portion of the long life waiting for you. Yes, you'll all have stories to tell your families someday, like stories your grandparents may have told you. But the people you tell those stories to probably won't fully understand because they didn't live through it. Your stories will be similar to people living through very tough times. But trust me, you, as young adults, are already stronger than most people will ever be. You are all remarkable and accomplished. Whether your achievements are academic or in the athletic or performing arts area, or through your community service work, and or whatever makes you, you, each of you is truly a class act. and you've made your families and teachers beyond proud. Please remember that your accomplishments aren't limited to what happened at this high school. They began in kindergarten when you were tiny little cute kids hopping onto the school bus for the first time. Between then and now, you've demonstrated to us what the warrior name means. You're courageous and strong, leaders in your own unique ways. And despite all obstacles and challenges thrown at you, you've been successful and will continue to persevere. There's that word again. Another reminder, life is tough and life isn't always fair. This will require you to put your best foot forward always. If you want something, be prepared to work hard for it. Don't expect anything to be given to you. So Kai, I'm going to build on your lesson to us at your baccalaureate about moving forward. I'm a big fan of the Rocky movies. I can already feel my family's eyes rolling on me now. Maybe some of you have seen them. Consider this quote from Rocky Balboa. It ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. What he is reminding of us is that it's okay to fail. Or as I like to say, not immediately succeed. Failures teach us a lot, even if we don't want to admit it. If for whatever reason you may fall in life, get up and keep moving forward. The rebound always trumps the setback. That's how you win. We all want to win in life. It's human nature. So keep these things in the forefront of your thinking. Work hard. Do the right thing, especially if no one is looking. Be flexible. Show up and be present in all that you do. Reach out if you need or want help. Manage your time. Surround yourself with caring friends and colleagues along with your families. Always focus on the positive. And I'll say those overused two words yet again. Resiliency will allow you to persevere. Guess what? In a very short period of time, as you go on to college, enter into the military, or into a profession, no one is going to tell you what time to get up in the morning. Finally, you get what you want. No one's going to remind you to complete a project or on time or study for an exam. You'll probably like that too. You'll soon have a clean slate in front of you, requiring you to prove yourself all over again to new people. But you'll do it. That's because we here at Menacing Valley know you have the tools in your foundation to do this. These things I've spoken about, I'm sure your parents have said similar things to you in recent months. You might think I sound like your dad at times. I'm sorry for that. It's no secret this is a very personal graduation for me, so please excuse my dadness. Just a lot of change is coming upon you. I'm joining a very esteemed group of parents who are dealing with change too. And now, more than ever, I understand the significance of today. The moment you all came into the world, your parents and families considered themselves to be most lucky and blessed people in the universe. If we all seem a bit out of sorts, there's more to it than our normal parent neuroses. We are going to miss you. But what is equally important is that we believe in you. We expect to see you do all great things within your lives. And we can't wait to see all the successes and accomplishments you will have. Your teachers and administrators and families have prepared you well for your futures. We are all so very proud of you. Class of 2022, I'd like you to look at the football stands and please give a huge round of applause to your parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, anyone and everyone who is sitting there and who is part of your life. They deserve to be thanked today for their selfless dedication to your well-being and success. And while no one can tell you how to live your life, parents may try, we do expect just a few things. Live your life with grace, dignity, courage, good sense, and above all, kindness. If you have a choice between being right and being kind, please choose kindness. Take what you've learned here and make the world a better place. That's not meant to be a cliche. You all have the ability to do so. You all have the talent to do so. Be sure to come back and visit us because we want to hear about all of your successes. So there's always two last things I say at every commencement ceremony. The first, your home is where your family lives, no matter where that may be. Please consider Menacing Valley your second home. Many of you spent 13 years here. And the second, be sure to always call or text your families. And be sure to answer their texts in a timely fashion. Don't ever make them worry. Your parents and families love you in ways you can never imagine. I wish all of you a lifetime of good health, happiness, and much fulfillment. Class of 2022, you are warriors. You will always be warriors. Now show the world just how great Menacing Valley Warriors truly are. Congratulations and best of luck to our class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Monahan. Before I address the senior class, I would like to take a moment to thank the senior class advisors, Ms. Debbie Rhoda and Mrs. Jody Vandervoort. They work countless hours throughout the year to support the senior class in so many different ways. Some examples include Spirit Week, ongoing fundraising efforts, the senior snowball, the senior picnic, the senior class trip, cap and gown sales, delivering the high school yearbook, baccalaureate, and of course, graduation. They play a major role in organizing this graduation ceremony, and without their efforts, this would not be possible. Please join me in thanking Ms. Rhoda and Mrs. Vandervoort. I would also like to thank the Menacing Valley Board of Education and the Central Office Administrators for their continued support and commitment to excellence at the Menacing Valley High School. And to our high school faculty, staff, and administrators who work with our students every day to prepare them for graduation and give them the skills needed to be successful when they leave Menacing. Thank you so much. At this time, I want to congratulate the seniors on reaching this major milestone in their lives. As the class of 2022, you have endured many hardships and have had to overcome many obstacles. You have shown tremendous determination, grit, and perseverance throughout your high school careers. Through your hard work and dedication, you have achieved many great things. You have met rigorous and challenging academic standards. You have won numerous individual and team athletic titles. You have provided untold entertainment with concerts, plays, and art shows. You have shown compassion, kindness, and caring for others through your community service and charitable events. I speak for all of us when I say that I am so very proud of each and every one of you. Your hard work these past 4 years has provided you with many opportunities. I would like to share some of what this wonderful group of young men and women will be doing as they leave Menacing. 202 members of your class will be attending colleges and universities across the country. Some of these institutions of higher learning include Ithaca College, Marist College, SUNY Binghamton, SUNY Fredonia, SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Albany, Alfred State, East Carolina University, Penn State University, Quinnipiac University, the Rochester Institute of Technology, Seton Hall University, St. John's University, the University of Delaware, University of Illinois, University of Vermont, the University of South Florida, University of Pittsburgh, Virginia State, Tufts, Xavier, and Syracuse. Here are some of the areas that they're going to be studying at their colleges: accounting, aeronautical engineering, architecture, business, biology, criminal justice and law enforcement, education, political science, various medical fields, engineering, science, liberal arts, nursing, communications, computer science, psychology, veterinary and animal science, sport management, art, music, education, fashion design, cosmetology, and culinary arts. And I could really just keep going. but for just to name a few. 36 of the members of your class are joining the workforce. They'll be going to careers in electrician apprentice, excavation, park rangers, firemen, culinary fields, auto body repair, landscaping, tile installers, retail sales, and HVAC. Two members of the graduating class will be serving our country in the United States Armed Forces. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize these two students who have chosen to dedicate themselves in serving in the Armed Forces. Seniors, when I call the branch of service you'll be serving and your name, please stand in front of your seat and remain standing. I ask that everyone please hold their applause until both students are standing. One student will be serving in the U.S. Coast Guard, Lucas Gaynor. One student will be serving in the U.S. Marine Corps, Julius Felix. Please join me in thanking these students for choosing to serve our country. Seniors, you did it. You did it. It's your graduation day, a day to celebrate your tremendous accomplishments. What a great day. I'd like to welcome everyone in the stands here today. Thank you for coming. I have a few minutes of thoughts to share with you today. I know our students really want to hear from their peers and not me. They want to receive their diplomas and celebrate with their families and friends. So I'll be short. Class of 2022, as you leave Menacing Valley, you'll be entering a world that is facing many challenges. And that world might not be so friendly. But your families, friends, teachers, and coaches have provided you with a rock-solid foundation that you'll want to and need to use to successfully face anything head-on and overcome it. That foundation is important. You can always rely on these important people in your life. Each of you has accomplishments to be proud of. They are as varied and as different as each of you are. You all have achieved many great things here, particularly in a pandemic environment, and you're ready for more. In particular, I want to say thank you for the grace you've shown your teachers and administrators during the pandemic, which, if we really want to think about it, began when you were only finishing up your sophomore year. You were such small kids then. Like you, we were challenged with how to make virtual academics work when there was no playbook. But we would not have been able to do what we did without your support and understanding. So truly, thank you for that. Class of 2022, it's time to move on from high school to the next phase of your life. Use the skills and experiences that you have gained at Menacing Valley to lead you to a prosperous future. The world is a tough place, as you've seen over the past couple of years. And this is the truth. You have to bring your A game. No kidding. Everything you do, every day. No matter what you do, your work will be important. It will matter not just to you, but your families. Make yourself proud. Make your families proud. Live your life with integrity and honor. And please remember that a person's character is a measure of who they are as a person. And I'll add this. Your personal and professional reputation means everything. Guard it wisely. Class of 2022, if there's three things I can ask you to remember about my comments today, which, as I said, I'm trying to keep short. First, please work hard for what you want. Rarely is something given to you, although good luck and good fortune does happen. I wish you all good luck and good fortune. The second, be passionate. Be passionate about what you do in professional life. I promise you this, if you love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. I wish all of you a fulfilling life, which also includes much happiness and good health. And third, be kind to everyone. Why? Because you never know what's going on in their lives. We use the word kind over and over and over again at Menacing Valley. There's a reason. Treat people the way you want and expect to be treated. And you'll be amazed how your circle of friends and work colleagues grow. I wish the world which awaits you and the people you interact with extend you many acts of kindness. You are all deserving of that. Class of 2022, on behalf of the entire Menacing Valley faculty and staff, congratulations. I know you'll make us proud. Come back and visit us. We want to hear about all of your achievements. Thank you. At this time, we'll be hearing from 3 of the students from the graduating class of 2022. Please welcome our senior class president, Jack Bellatier.
All right, first things first, everyone smile. Don't worry, I'll send that to all of you. You know, a former coach of mine always told me to never blink because time flies by way too fast, as we all know. Well, I guess I blinked. Welcome family, friends, faculty, staff, and most importantly, welcome the Menacing Valley graduating class of 2022. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jack Bellatier, and I'm the president for the senior class. It is truly an honor to deliver the commencement address for this remarkable student body. I'm sure we have all dreamt of this big day at some point along the way. It is finally here. All our hard work has finally paid off. I want to take this moment to thank my family, friends, coaches, classmates for giving me this great opportunity. Now, my speech will encompass one simple word: change. From day one, we have been changing. Change is a scary thing. As humans, we are taught to embrace the change and be uncomfortable and to live how society wants us to. But if you live the rest of your life simple, without risk, and without change, I assure you, you will miss out. Now, I get it. Change is frightening, and why risk stepping into the unknown? But there is only one simple answer: to get used to being uncomfortable. Think about that for a moment. To get used to being uncomfortable. Now, I don't mean laying on your couch or hanging out with your friends, but you must step outside your safe zone in order to achieve success in whatever you do. The earlier you master the art of being uncomfortable, the better equipped you will be for the rest of your life. Right now we have it pretty easy. We show up each day, making memories and having laughs, but soon, that all ends. We start that thing everyone calls real life, and we will be forced to be uncomfortable, to step outside our comfort zones, and to try something new. This is a scary concept for some, but we have already been changing for years. Our story began 13 long years ago when we started off as those young, naive children who believed everything was perfect. The only uncomfortable we knew back then was the dreaded crisscross applesauce sitting on that god-awful hard floor. Or a better example of not wanting to blow your nose in front of the class, which is still pretty common today. But even still, we had the most fun back then. We didn't know any better. We would run around until that ear-puncturing sound of the whistle blew to end recess. Oh, and the best time was snack time. We learned who brought the boring snacks and who brought the fun ones. We would be jealous of what each other brought and always tried to trade. Of course, No one wanted my boring apple from my bag. Thanks, Mom. Life was easy, and we were shielded from the craziness that the world had to offer. There was no drama and no problems with each other. And there was nothing funnier than a good old voice crack in the middle of a presentation. I had a few of those back in my day. Or those weird feelings that we finally started to feel towards one another. We found our friend groups, and we started to develop a sense of who we wanted to be in life. We saw each other dressed up for the first time before the middle school wished us well and sent us off to the next chapter of our lives. Our high school years have been anything but ordinary, and that's how it should be. We built stronger relationships with one another and are maturing into young adults, most of us, at least. We were taught skills we can take with us for the rest of our lives and made memories that we will have for a lifetime. Walking through those halls were some of the best days we have ever had, and I bet already some of us would do anything to go back in time. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with all of you. Most of us don't have it figured out yet, and that's okay. And for the few that do, that's great. The truth is, some of us poured our hearts and souls into the past 13 years, and some are truly very lucky to be sitting here today. The one thing we all have in common is we really have no idea what we are going to do. The whole world doesn't, and there is nothing wrong with that. We all have our own stories, which are still being written. It's okay to be scared, to not know, and to worry about the future, but that's all part of getting used to being uncomfortable. I encourage you to take risks and to learn new things. Choose a career path you will enjoy and grow in. Don't waste time staying in familiar waters. Life is way too short to not try new things, and all of our boats are built to withstand that storm. Set your goals high and do everything in your power to reach them. I challenge you to always put your best foot forward and to go at life with an optimistic mindset. Life is one big obstacle course that throws an endless supply of tricks at you. Some days will be really tough and you will just want to quit, but that's when you know you're doing it right. At this time, I want to recognize the respected guests that we have here with us tonight. Our Superintendent, Brian Monahan, and the Board of Education. Our Principal and Vice Principals, Mr. Hauk, Mr. Tailgater, Dr. Burns, Mr. Burrow, and Mr. Emanuele. The faculty, aides, and staff that work tirelessly for this school's continued success here at Minnesink and Otisville campuses. And all the people outside this fence for being our biggest motivators since day one. A special thanks to Ms. Rosemary Criscio and Ms. Paula Conklin for all the help with this speech. Our co-advisors for the senior class, Ms. Debbie Rhoda and Mrs. Jody Vandervoort, and my fellow class officers, Jalen Cabrera, Emily Kipp, and Kelly Morrison. From myself and the Minnesink Valley graduating class of 2022, we thank you all. So, it seems as though our time here is up and it's our time to leave the place we know. This is it. Take a look around, take another laugh, and give another smile. And take in these final memories of your high school careers. Tomorrow starts the beginning of the rest of our lives. We will all part ways and start our own paths. Hold on to the memories, the friendships, and all the lessons that the Valley has taught you. It was only 4 years ago, on Wednesday, September 5th, 2018, when we walked through those doors as young freshman students for the first time. And walking out to the field here today was the last time leaving those doors as students of Minnesink Valley High School. We have all changed and grew up in the same place, laughed and walked the same hallways, and today, in just a short while, we will all walk the same field. Albert Einstein once said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Although being uncomfortable is scary, the thought of not knowing what could have been is even scarier. To all my fellow warriors, represent the Valley that has treated you so well all these years with the exact same respect, and always embrace the change. It's been an honor. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Thank you, Jack. At this time, please welcome our salutatorian, Antonella Lombardo.
First, I want to thank Jack for delivering such a very beautiful and moving speech, and also Mrs. Rufino for proofreading this last moment. Good evening, Menacing Valley Class of 2022. My name is Antonella Lombardo, and I am incredibly honored for this opportunity to reflect upon our high school experiences today. What began as some jumbled sentences and scribbles in a hot pink notebook has morphed into a speech, one that I have the honor of sharing with you all. Today would be incomplete without acknowledging all those that stand behind every stole, every cap, and every gown worn in front of you. First, I would like to thank my parents, my sisters, my grandma, my cousins, and my aunt and uncle for being here. Also, to the parents, jet-lagged family members, friends, administration, and faculty and staff huddled on bleachers and seated beneath tents, I would like to extend our deepest of gratitude and thanks to you. Many of you likely stashed good luck notes in our lunchboxes, transported timid preteens, and snapped countless photos of us before we arrived here at the John Bell football field. It is your guidance and unwavering support that has led us all to this beautiful milestone on our journeys. Simply put, our graduates are honored and inspired by all that you do. We recognize that your attendance today, as well as your devotion over the past 13 years, is a reminder of just that, and we cannot thank you enough. As I ventured through the front doors of the Menacing Valley High School for the first time, I was riddled with uncertainty about my future. All I knew was that I wanted to be involved, and that somehow I would learn what I wanted to do with my life. As a class, this mentality, this feeling of uncertainty, is one that I feel has truly become real to us all. As freshmen, we walked the halls in fear of the Freshman Friday and questioned the rumors spread by Mr. Cosgrove, aka King Cos, and his goons who worked in support of his flat earth theory. We celebrated as miniature babies were placed throughout the school and dreamt of the day that we could use the outdoor cafeteria that was projected to be built by our senior year, but never was. We listened to Mr. Scarsfava's spontaneous hallway shrills and threw our hands up in agony as the class of 2023 somehow won the 2019 pep rally. Although we might have felt a little salty about that pep rally, I really think we redeemed ourselves this year. Then, before we could experience the celebratory end of our sophomore year, our school closed its front doors. The 242 days, 2,178 periods, and 1,694 hours that we never shared together truly accelerated our high school journeys, as well as our need to adapt to the uncertain. How could we ever compensate for the time, the memories, the growth, and the preparation for our future that we never received? For many of us, we were tasked with figuring out the next steps for ourselves, embarking on virtual college tours, diving headfirst into the treacherous waters of college applications, and having zero clue what Naviance or Common App meant. Through it all, our world expected more from us, and while many activities faced cancellation or delay, we were subject to the scrutiny of colleges, those given the power to determine our value and worth as seat fillers and applicants in future classes. Regardless of our need to achieve, whether it be through academics, athletics, the arts, or clubs, Menacing Valley's class has already proven that it has achieved greatness. However, I'm here to tell you that you will not be remembered for what you did at Menacing Valley. You will be remembered for how you made others feel. With such emphasis on numbers and measuring our worth, we have sometimes lost sight of what cannot be calibrated. Even as I've gotten caught up in filling my schedule and search feeds with WikiHow articles on how to get accepted into dream schools, I've recognized that there's one thing that no test can ever measure: character. In the pursuit of the hustle and bustle, in working and achieving, we get stuck in a routine, working towards a destination that won't truly give us the happiness we seek. Time inevitably flies if you spend your time going through the motions, depriving yourself of new experiences and adventures. And as we await the destination of graduating, I've come to learn that it isn't about the destination or even the journey at all. It's about the company. Throughout this year, I cannot deny that I haven't looked at this year's sophomore and junior classes and wondered, what if we hadn't lost a year of knowing one another? On the last day of school, my friend told me that she knew that one day we'd grow apart. Tears were shed and hugs were exchanged, but instead of it being a somber moment, it was bittersweet. How lucky I felt for the time that we did have together. Within your impact, there is a permanence. And while the people in the chapters of your life may not be forever, maybe instead, the word forever wasn't made for the people, but the memories. I'd like to think that our separation from one another, our 242-day separation, was not one spent in isolation, but just a 242-day wait. A wait for 180 sunrises and swirls of color in the valley each morning. A wait for IHOP runs and carpool karaoke's to school. A wait to sit huddled on ice-cold bleachers during Friday night football games. And a wait for the people that you didn't know you'd love. And a wait for the people you didn't know would love you. But now, the wait is over. How does it feel to be seated here at graduation, a destination that we've all anxiously awaited for? Is it a time to prepare for our future? To imagine beginning the next stages of our lives? Or is it a bittersweet time, one to reflect on the past, to make our last memories alongside those that we've seemed to know for almost an eternity? No matter what you're feeling today, remember this. Stop and look around every once in a while. Appreciate the simple act of being present with those around you, and remember to hold on just a little bit longer. To my classmates, it's been an honor to learn and grow up with you all these past 13 years. Mom and Dad, a debt that could never be repaid, came in the form of your love and support. And to my sister, Olivia, I love you so painfully much. Thanks for pushing me all these years, whether it be down slides, stairs, accidentally, or to become the best version of myself humanly possible. I always dreamed of crossing the field with my diploma in one hand and yours in the other, and I'm so grateful that today, that dream came true. Congratulations to the Minisink Valley class of 2022 and sending you all the best of luck in your beautifully bright futures.
At this time, I would like you to welcome our valedictorian, Grace Malone.
There's a lot of you here. All right. First, I wanted to thank Antonella and Jack for their beautiful speeches. Amazing words. So, good afternoon, or sort of evening, class of 2022. I have a sinking feeling that this is the first time some of you have ever heard me speak, and that's sort of embarrassing, but we can move past that for the time being. Before I start out, I wanted to take a quick moment to thank the faculty, staff, teachers, and administration on behalf of the class. I hate when students say, I would not be where I am today because, duh. So instead, I'll say this. I probably would have cried a lot more than I did over having to drag myself out of bed at 6 in the morning if it weren't for you all, so thanks. Oh, and also thank you to my parents, but Mrs. Rufino told me not to make this speech sound like an Oscars thank you session, so that's the end of that. Genuinely though, I'm really happy to be here. We made it, each and every one of us. So let's at least start off this speech on a high note with a quick round of applause for us. From the start of freshman year, a long but also short 4 years ago to now, I have gone from knowing what people's faces look like to no longer knowing, and then to having to hear Mr. DeMarco say, I didn't expect you to look like that, once the mask came off, and not knowing whether that was an insult or not. We've been through a lot, but for now, let's leave the pandemic out of this. A lot has changed from freshman year to now. We've grown not only as individuals, but as a class together. We've gone through the ups and downs together, the wins and the losses, like losing a friend for the first time, then another friend, and then maybe a third, or even a fourth, then getting to the point of realizing, damn, maybe I really am the problem. All jokes aside, this class has accomplished so much despite the challenges we've had to overcome. We've all been a part of such incredible organizations, from community service-based clubs such as Key Club to artistic ventures such as literary magazine or photography or painting, and to the incredible athletic teams that get Minnesing's name out there in amazing ways. Although freshman year was our only normal year of high school, we still all took the best from this short time here and formed ourselves into amazing, ambitious, and successful individuals. Now, I suppose I have to address the pandemic at some point. I feel like we can all vividly remember the last day of school before all hell broke loose, and celebrating because we thought spring break was being extended by 1 week. Well, spring break was extended by over a year, I guess. I remember hearing the announcement on that day that we were all going home, and I don't think any of us at that point realized that COVID was a real thing. We all changed a lot as a class during the pandemic. Although the mental health crisis is rampant, I think it was interesting that the pandemic gave all of us, in our experiences as students during COVID, something in common. A lot of us found solace in TikTok, of course, but a good majority of us all became so much more involved in forming ourselves into what we actually liked. I mean, with all this new time on our hands, and with being stuck inside, nothing was stopping us from dressing how we wanted, from trying out new hobbies we never got to, and from pretending we know more about politics than a lot of us actually do. In a way, we were kind of brought together by the fact that we were apart, I guess because absence makes the heart grow fonder. But I think what makes our class so impressive is our ability to persevere. I mean, 3 out of 4 of our high school years were spent adjusting to drastic change. Although we couldn't have done it without the flexibility of our teachers and staff, we owe a lot of it to ourselves that we're sitting here in this field today. That we kept trying despite the stress and trials of change, and despite the fact that a good chunk of class time was spent trying to figure out the mystery of presenting on Google Meet. We are all here today because we chose to try. We chose to try and answer the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because the answer to that question is this group of individuals sitting here in front of me. Now, I want to offer my own little piece of advice, and it goes something like this. Try not to do what I did. Sure, that's strange coming from the person standing behind the podium, but let me explain. So much of my high school experience was spent stressing over every little grade, every little test and quiz and assignment to the point where I really was missing out. I wasn't putting myself out there as much as I could have, or taking risks or other meaningful things I missed out on when I spent my time stuck inside studying. In college, or wherever you're going in the future, try not to get yourself stuck into the loop of being perfect. Put yourself before the numbers on your transcript. Making a name for yourself in your college community, as in trying out new things, going out, getting involved, whatever you do for yourself that's out of your comfort zone, those things are just as, or maybe even more important than the 1 low grade you got on a random test. Like high school, there's a line in college between being constructively productive for yourself and stressing out when you don't mean to be. What I mean by this is, fail sometimes, make mistakes. We quite literally learn from experience, whether that experience is positive or negative. I mean, our experience here at Minnesing sure wasn't perfect, but here we are at the end of it, way better than we were at the start. As an acclaimed poet and artist once said, nothing in life is promised except death. That was said by Kanye West, so take from that what you will. But what I want to leave you all with is this. Do everything you can now so that you won't regret it later. All of our future experiences are going to be far from perfect, but in continuing to push on, despite it not being perfect, that's what is going to make us successful individuals. We only have so much time to make an impact, so don't live your lives in the background. Be present and stay focused. Thank you, class of 2022. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Grace. Throughout the year, our students receive ongoing support from the community in various civic organizations, businesses, religious establishments, and private sponsors. There is no time where this community's commitment to our students is more evident than at the end of the year at our academic awards night and here at graduation, when the community presents scholarships and awards to so many members of our graduating class. I would like to thank all of our scholarship and award providers for their ongoing commitment to the students of Minisink Valley. We will now present our graduation awards and scholarships. Senior award winners, please stand up when your name is read so we may honor you with the appropriate recognition. Representing the Minisink Valley Kiwanis Club will be Lewis Lane.
How y'all doing this evening? I'm going to make this quick because I know you're not here to listen to me. So the first scholarship we'll award is the Matt Kennedy Scholarship. Matt Kennedy was a member of the Minisink Kiwanis. He was also on the Minisink Valley School Board. He passed way too young, and he believed in education, community service, and his family sponsors this award. The winner is Olivia Lombardo. We also have the Gold Family Scholarship. Ira Gold believes good, smart people in the trades is as important as any other field. So the Gold family supplies this scholarship. The winner is George Raz. Minisink Valley Key Club Scholarship. The Key Club is a service leadership program where we hope people learn leadership through community service. The winners are Miss Antonella Lombardo and Grace Harford. We also have 4 general scholarships: Kiara Johnson, Leah Tanous, Kelly Morrison, and Kayla Crow. You guys did good.
Thank you, Lou. The Minisink Valley PTO scholarships and awards will be presented by Vinnie Galligan III.
Good evening. My name is Vinnie Galligan. I'm the president of the executive board of our Minisink Valley Parent-Teacher Organization and chairman of our Otisville Elementary PTO. On behalf of our MVPTO, I would like to congratulate this year's class of 2022. I'd like to thank our members, our teachers, faculty, staff, and administration, and our school communities for strongly supporting our PTO. This year, our PTO is proud to announce that we have awarded over 30 scholarships, totaling almost $7,000. Tonight, I will be giving out scholarships to the top 8 graduating seniors and 8 additional scholarships to seniors who are recipients of the Minisink Valley Parent-Teacher Organization Citizenship Award. First, the top 8 graduating seniors. Grace Malone. Antonello Lombardo. Kelly Morrison. Olivia Lombardo. Leah Tanous. Kiera Johnson. Emily DeGeorge. Natalie Penna. Congratulations. Next is our Citizenship Scholarship. The members and leadership of the Minisink Valley PTO give countless hours of their time contributing to the school communities of the Minisink Valley Central School District. We asked this year's seniors to share their story of community service and how they were impacted by those experiences. Our Minisink Valley PTO was beyond impressed to hear about the incredible service hours put forth by this year's class. And to share a few examples, some of our seniors worked with the members of the Holy Cross Church just up the street here to support a domestic violence shelter. They volunteered for the American Red Cross to organize blood drives. They volunteered hours at the Wawayanda Senior Citizen Center, the Orange County Department of Social Services, and at our local hospital, Garnett Health Medical Center. Our seniors volunteered at our Otisville and Menacing Valley Little Leagues, the Port Jervis Library, at veteran cemeteries, in the warming station at St. Paul's Methodist Church, the VFW, and even our own Menacing Valley Parent-Teacher Organization events. These are just a few that I can name. On behalf of the Menacing Valley PTO, thank you. Our Menacing Valley PTO is incredibly proud to recognize the following 8 seniors as recipients of this year's MVPTO Citizenship Award. Kayla Crow. Ashley Scott. Savannah Pelusco. Andrew Monahan. Eden Barbone. Leah Tanous. Olivia Lombardo. And last but certainly not least, Ms. Kelly Morrison. Thank you and congratulations.
The MVTA scholarships will be awarded by Menacing Valley High School English teacher, Ms. Jennifer Thibodeau.
Oh boy. This year, the Menacing Valley Teachers Association grants 8 recipients each a $1,000 scholarship. These students possessed attributes such as diligence, honesty, and responsibility. The MVTA is proud to help further the studies of exemplary students like these: Kai Cologne, Caitlin Hansen, Emily Kipp, Danielle Kustakevich, Antonella Lombardo, Olivia Lombardo, Connor Lynch, Logan Scarsfava. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations to everyone. Well, it's a time you've been waiting for. We will now call our students for their graduation diplomas. The roll call will be read by 2 teachers who were selected by a vote of the senior class. This year's readers are, I'd like to welcome back Ms. Thibodeau again, and Mr. Martin Greco. The diplomas will be presented by Mr. Joseph Flaherty, School Board President, and Mr. William Cooper, School Board Vice President. In consideration for every parent to hear their child's name called, we ask that the audience please refrain from applauding each name, but wait until the entire row is finished and show your appreciation then. We also ask you to please not use air horns or other loud devices that can interrupt the clear hearing of each student's name as it is announced. Thank you.
Will row 1 please stand? Grace Malone.
Antonello Lombardo.
Jack Bellatier.
Jalen Cabrera.
Kelly Morrison.
Emily Kipp.
Lillian Agbola.
Lily Baccarit,
Maria Bacigalupo,
Skylar Morales,
Ava Biondolillo,
Colton Bricky,
Kai Cologne,
Kayla Crow,
Shirag Dabichan,
Thomas DeAngelis,
Clayton Fogler,
Knox Giordano,
Caitlin Hansen,
Grace Harford, Row 1, please be seated.
Will row 2 please stand? Cheyenne Lancaster,
Olivia Lombardo,
Amanda Lasaro,
Connor Lynch,
Aiden Miller,
Andrew Monahan,
Emily Nanatovich,
Luke Odland,
Stephanie Parks Ortiz,
Natalie Pena,
Braden Petito,
Rose Phillips,
Rebecca Poville,
Logan Scarsfava,
Madison Simpson,
Joseph Sutherland,
Mackenzie Talbot,
Leah Tanous,
Alexia Tormey,
Hannah Vitti, Row 2, please be seated.
Will row 3 please stand? Molly Witkowski,
Griffin Worthington,
Sarah Zahakovich,
Madison Agnes,
Dylan Allegro,
Michael Altimer, Giuseppe Arata,
Amber Baccalini,
Emily Banka,
Zachary Bance,
Aiden Barbone,
David Barina,
Lael Batista,
Meg Bechtel,
Peyton Bell,
Kiyomi Betances Maronta,
James Kenneth Beazle,
Lindsay Biancaroso,
Kayla Marie Beazle, Row 3, please be seated.
Will row 4 please stand? Cole Blakener,
Gracie Bonello,
Danielle Bonilla,
Ann Borick,
Owen Bosland,
Brian Brennan,
Emma Brennan,
Dylan Boost,
Grace Burchell.
Sophia Burton.
Olivia Burchell.
Audrey Cahill.
Anna Campbell Lopez.
Sidwan Celestin.
Jenna Cherico.
Haley Cole.
Gabriella Connors.
Megan Courtney.
Bonnie Crow Bailey.
Brendan Cunningham. Row 4, please be seated.
Will row 5 please stand? Olivia Cutler.
Zoe Daly.
William Davis.
Jaden Day.
Gianna DeGennaro.
Emily DeGeorge.
Matthew De La Cruz.
Tyler Deniswich.
Jeremy DePoe.
Ernest DiPolito.
Caitlin Diana.
Daniel Durazio.
Angelina Dorn.
Ethan Dubner.
Gianna Dorn.
Molly Dubner.
John Doulahan.
Sydney Duplessis.
Ryan Eckerson.
Chance Irvin. Row 5, please be seated.
Will row 6 please stand? Diane Espinal Lopez.
Dale Irvin.
Tristan Falto.
Julius Felix.
Aiden Ferretti.
Kelly Finn.
Presley Flores.
Alejandro Flores.
Jordan Fowler.
Brady Francis.
Jamie Freehill.
Brendan Freeman.
Lauren Fulton.
Kevin Gagliano.
Lucas Gaynor.
Matthew Gilson.
Nicholas Godino.
Edward Gomez Tabone.
Rafael Gonzalez.
Riley Granger. Row 6, please be seated.
Will row 7 please stand? Caitlin Green.
Ryan Gross.
Matthew Guaracino.
Daniel Guido.
Ahmed Hassan.
Jonathan Hayes.
Keith Eugene Hedberg.
Danielle Hines.
Caitlin Henneman.
Dasha Hernandez.
Cody Higby.
Megan Hintz.
Riley Hoffman.
Carmela Holly.
Jaquan Holness.
Joshua Howard.
Dennis Ivanov.
Brianna Nicole Ewu.
Kira Johnson.
Olivia Johnson. Row 7, please be seated.
Will row 8 please stand? Megan Durain.
James Kalfakis.
Joseph Keller.
Robert Ketchum II.
Kayla Klemchuk.
Krista Craich.
Catherine Kukin.
Victoria Kurlander.
Ryan Kurth.
Victoria Kuzi.
Danielle Kushtakevich.
Andre Lazarchek.
Aiden Leisure.
Joseph Leek III.
Nicholas Legros.
Sierra LeBron.
Cascadia Laurensis.
Dylan Lyzak.
Wade Lecision.
Sophia Macaluso. Row 8, please be seated.
Will row 9 please stand? Tyler Mackey.
Jake Mandel.
Lauren Marsh.
Newton Marte.
Charles Mason.
Javon Mateo.
Joseph Matera.
Zoe McCann.
Elijah McDowell.
Alex Milan.
Kyle Melville.
Noel Mendez.
Ileana Mercado.
Victoria Muir.
Sean Michael.
Rebecca Milby.
Brooke Mormon.
James Moore.
Austin Moran.
Mackenzie Mulcair. Row 9, please be seated.
Will row 10 please stand? Ryan Murphy.
Olivia Natalizio.
Jonathan Navas Umana.
Mateo Negron.
Hunter Nevin.
Olivia Nixon.
Hannah Oakes.
Abigail O'Connor.
Sophia Isabel Oganya.
Jeffrey Oliver.
Gabriella Oliveri.
Kendall Opper.
Gianna Ortiz.
Rosanna Ortiz.
Savannah Palusco.
Leslie Pelaez.
Madison Pena.
Richard Penaluna.
Sydney Petrick.
Valerie Fenor. Row 10, please be seated.
Will row 11 please stand? William Phillips.
Ryan Pierce.
Stephen Porzio.
Jacqueline Post.
Joseph Price.
George Rez.
Patrick Raftery.
Caitlin Ramos.
Adriana Robb.
Tyler Redner.
Jonathan Regis.
Nicholas Raymond.
Juliana Richards.
Evan Ritter.
Charlize Rivera.
Paul Revecchio.
Olivia Robinson.
Aiden Rhoda.
Natasha Romero.
Connor Rothbaum. Row 11, please be seated.
Will row 12 please stand? Charles Ruiz.
Jonathan Ruiz.
Shannon Ryan.
Mackenzie Santil.
Sonny Salamone.
Rebecca Sawyer.
Hannah Schrufer.
Braden Schoolage.
Ashley Scott.
Riley Semko.
Bowen Schaefer.
Bilal Shah.
Matthew Sheridan.
Michael Sierra.
Olivia Sirico.
Dylan Skoke.
Abigail Solorzano.
Isabella Spinelli.
Anna Storms.
Eric Teig. Row 12, please be seated.
Will row 13 please stand? Ethan Torres.
Brendan Truex.
Kaylee Tivette.
Marin Vance.
Odell Veras.
Nathan Vaught.
Naraya Wetch.
John Whitbeck.
Samantha Whitehurst.
Cassie Williams.
Jada Wilson.
Joshua Wadzinski.
Hold on, wait for him to get back. Wait for him to get back. Wait. Yep, wait for Josh. Okay. You say, when I hear you say 3, I'm going to say it.
Will row 13, please be seated.
Seniors, please stand. Seniors, please take your tassels and pass them over to the left side of your cap. And now, for the proclamation you have all been waiting to hear. It is my pleasure to declare that the members of the class of 2022 assembled here this evening are officially certified as graduates of the Menacing Valley High School. Congratulations to all of you. At this time, you may join your seniors on the field for pictures. And just a reminder, project graduation begins tonight at 11, so we need to clear the lower parking lot